Hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about this. I almost didn't make this video, but I got a little mad when I saw this update. We'll lay out some timelines here for you, for those of you playing the home game, alright? So, Red Rooster number one, we're not even getting into the crowdfunding stuff yet. We'll talk about that later, but Red Rooster number one dropped in Walmart sometime like in May. At least the Walmarts around me. I just checked over here. Red Rooster Season 1, Episode 1. Why there are seasons for books, I don't understand. These are not, put a big X. X. These are not TV shows. They are books. Books don't have seasons. Books have volumes or editions. Red Rooster Season 1, Episode 1 review. I made that video on the 18th of May, and I had the book in the previous New Comic Book Day stuff, so that would have been May 13th. Boy, that is a really, really unlucky kind of augur, isn't it? Like if you're just like trying to predict the future, when somebody debuts the book on the 13th, that's kind of like, if you're superstitious. I don't know if you're superstitious. You probably shouldn't be. Now, issue 2, I don't know for sure when I got them, because I might have had them for a couple of weeks before I did my first issue, or my first impression video. But that was on, amusingly, July 13th. So it's exactly 2 months after my Red Rooster 1 review. There's something about these 13s here, I guess. And what's today? Okay, today is not the 13th. I just had to look at my clock down there. Even if it ticks over past midnight, it still ain't going to be the 13th. We're doing good here. We have broken the cycle. Alright, so that's the timeline. Now we see Episode 3 update. Legion's Arts relaunch. Why is it a relaunch? I don't understand why it's a relaunch. Moves to February. What does that mean? Hey, look here. These are some pretty cool looking covers, man. I like the contrast of the colors on Bass Reeves. That looks pretty good. Although, you know, the mouths maybe are a little kind of funny looking. I don't know. The Futures just looks like I'm doing drugs or something over here. And this dude, like, look at his bicep. Like, oh, that is some serious business right there. Serious bicep business. Bicep business? Bicep business. Yeah, we're just going to make one word out of that. The much anticipated Episode 3 books will be rescheduled February 19th. I didn't even know when they were originally scheduled. Alright, let me just be clear on that point. I have no idea what the release cycle is supposed to have been on these things because I thought it was going to be every other month. So, May, July, and what's 2 months after July? If you said September, you're playing the home game. While the books are ready to ship, this regrettable delay is necessary to avoid our fresh editions. Is that really true for Red Rooster? It's been a while since I checked on Mitch's Instagram, but I'm pretty sure he was still like inking pages not that long ago. So maybe he just got it done. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I saw like incomplete pages there. I don't know. We understand fans will be disappointed. Also, new this February, each title includes a special preview of our new book. Now, this is actually cool. This is something I approve of. Like, I don't want to just be like, I'm just saying like terrible things or whatever. That's pretty cool. That if you order from Walmart.com, you will get your books polybagged with reinforced backings. Not sure if that just means, you know, a standard board or what, but that's cool. It's a shame that the books on the shelf aren't like that, but I understand why they're not, because in an old school newsstand, they were not bagged on the shelf. People got to pick them up, look at them, thumb through them, you know? Also had sorts of new displays. Hey, I wonder if I could get one of the old displays. Like, that would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. As much flack as I give Mitch for being so late on Red Rooster, They definitely have like some really good visual design going along with their product line. Like I gotta like thumbs up that the logo looks good. Those displays were like this really deep red. Well, no, deep's not the right word. This really strong red. Like they stood out. You could see them when they were on end caps in a place that was obvious and not like squirreled away in the back corner of the store. That was placement of that stuff was also a problem. And then we scroll down and there's some stuff here. They're just telling us, hey, these things are all available. These are the same covers we saw up above. What happens if I click here? It took me to this page. So for issue 2, not like preview material for issue 3. I guess that's okay. I guess it's okay. All right, let's close out of this email. And let's look here. Campaign. Okay. It's been a long time coming, ain't it? Like, let's look at the estimated shipping. 2019. By the time, in fact, it's March. By the time we get to February 2021 for the completed Red Rooster story, at least I presume the graphic novel is going to be the first 3 issues. Because if you look here, 60 pages, bro. That's 3 issues. That means we'll be getting the story, unless he sends it early. He could send it early. 2 years, 23 months after it was supposed to be completed and in my hands. It's supposed to have been in my hands. You know what I got in my hands right now? Hold on, let's just flip over here to the Elgato. I have giant stacks of comic books that I need to read. Yeah, they're from major publishers. I got some from indie publishers. I got, the Rags issue 7 like Patreon edition. It's right over there. I'm not going to fish it out because there's a bunch of stuff on top of it right now. But this stuff happened. It came out. It's in my hands. I can hold it. I can read it. Nobody promised me that Deceased Dead Planet was going to be out 2 years ago and then waited till now to give it to me. Now, this is kind of apples to oranges. Like, I'll admit that. I will admit this is kind of an unfair comparison because Mitch is doing all this himself. But you have had, well, since he started the campaign, he's had what, like 3 years or so to draw this book? If you drew 1 page a month, like you'd be making some pretty good progress. You'd be at least halfway through. I think he drew a bunch of pages and then just stopped working on it for a long time. I really do. And if you look at the things that they've said in streams and stuff, Mitch has been like, hey, we set up a corporation and ba-da-ba-da-ba. But guess what? That does not fully occupy your mental headspace and, most importantly, your drawing hand for months at a time. It just doesn't. Yes, starting an LLC or several LLCs, which is probably the case here, doing your business networking, like all that takes time. All you had to do was draw like, a page a week, bro. That doesn't seem like that great of an ask. It really doesn't. I don't know. Okay, so fine. Making fun of that. Making fun of that. Hanging them out to dry a little bit. Let's look at the updates. Like, if I got this email update about the publicly Walmart edition of this thing, surely there's an update here waiting for us in the updates section, right? Oh. Well. That's a bummer. I don't think I've ever read this update before. I kind of stopped paying attention to these updates because they never told me anything. This is, man, this is a bad time for me to like discover this. Okay, you got my condolences, the both of you. I do like this. Now back to work. Oh, that's actually kind of cool right there. I dig that. And are these little stickers? I love these little stickers. See, he's pulling me back in, man. He's pulling me back in. Yeah, our campaign stickers arrived. But there should be an update here saying, hey, work has completed on the book. Because that's what the email said. Work was complete. So work is completed on the book. We have all the materials. We're putting the print file together. Then we'll submit the print job tentatively at X date. Like, just throw me out a bone here, guys. Just throw me something that I can sink my teeth into. That'll make me feel better about my decision to send you. I got like the tier that had the sketchbook, not the head sketch. So I guess it's somewhere in between this. So let's say $50. I threw you $50, bro. Make me feel good about it. Make me feel good about sending you $50. I was like poking around on the Allegiance Arts website too to see if there was, something here with this update information, but there's not. There's not even like a schedule of when things are supposed to come out here. This was pretty cool. The original version of this was actually an Excel spreadsheet. I'm not kidding. I am 100% not joking about that. So just having it here as like this is kind of cool. Like, I don't know. Let's like where do we want to look? Let's look at Georgia. Yeah, Atlanta. Here we go. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. I don't know which one of these is the murder Walmart. Maybe neither of them. But there is a murder Walmart in Atlanta, and they could be selling the book. They could be. So the website is actually kind of useless if you want to know when the books are coming out. And that's a bummer. That information should be on here. In fact, that should be like some of the first things you see here. Like, it shouldn't be this. I mean, this header's okay. It takes up a whole lot of screen real estate. But there should be a thing here that's like, new books coming out, February, blah, 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 blah. That way people can look and see. All right, fine. Website's not updated. Surely they've made a post on Twitter with this information so that their fans can look it up. I don't know if anybody's been on their Twitter since August. Look at that. So if I'm not on this mailing list, there's no way I can find out that the book's supposed to come out in February. Now, keep in mind, I'm still better informed now about that fact than I was about when the books were supposed to be coming out to begin with, because I had no idea when issue 2 was coming out. I think I saw somebody on Twitter say they saw it in the wild, and then that's what triggered me to go look for the thing. So hey, at least I kind of have some idea where issue 3. Man, that looks cool. Hold on, dude. I don't. They look a little too like paper doll cutouts on top of this, but they kind of jar. They clash a little bit with the background. Like this troll thing back here. Look, that's super cool. That's super cool. I like Kelsey Shannon's art. All right, fine. Their Twitter doesn't have a bunch of stuff. I didn't go track down their Instagram. I bet it doesn't have anything. In fact, the original email message had links to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and then like a website down at the bottom. They all went nowhere. The Twitter link just took me to Twitter. The Instagram one just took me to Instagram. The Facebook one took me to Facebook, and the like website link took me to Mailchimp. So we're not making effective use of that. In fact, you can't open up their announcement as a web page, which is why I had to do that crazy thing where I got like Outlook.com to pop it out into a separate window for me and just crazy stuff like that. All right, anyway, I digress. No announcement here. That's a shame. They've at least got like links here, which is pretty good. So, what's the discussion been about this? And, everybody's just doing what I'm doing. Like, they're just being like, yo, okay, the people that are talking about it, which I haven't been to this website, but apparently the splintering.com has an article about this. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Like, there's no positive discussion. There's no interaction on Twitter, at least. Maybe there is on Instagram or something. I didn't look. I spend more time on Twitter than is healthy. So this is where I came to look. There's not any positive interaction about these dates. Really feels like I'm not the only person who saw that email message, and it just kind of landed with a thud, I think is the way to put it, because that's what it felt like. The communication here has been poor. You don't, in the modern world, you just don't get to fire off an email to a mailing list and not communicate anymore. I know you're putting these books in Walmart. Let's scroll down to the, yeah, Terry Taylor, baby. Red Rooster. Hey, looks like Red Rooster too. Lots of Red Roosters. But you don't, in the modern world, get to just like fire and forget an email and just let that count as an update. People out there love to interact with creators. They love to have good conversations and stuff. And frankly, until things started slipping, Mitch was doing a pretty good job of that. I used to like watch him like doodle his warm ups and stuff. That was pretty cool. But now, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm still subscribed to his YouTube channel at this point. It's a shame because I like the art. Okay, granted, when I did my review of issue 2, I kind of criticized the art because some of the panels, frankly, they still look like sketches. Like they, in my opinion, were not really completely 100% done. They were a little too loose compared to some of the other art in the same book. But I kind of like the way that stuff looks. It's pretty unique. You don't see a lot of comic art that looks like it. So it's just a bummer that this is what we've come to. That we're sitting here going, boy, I sure would like to read that chicken book, and they ain't no chicken book to be read. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. All right, I got it out of my system. Thanks for listening to me. If you are out there, just waiting on Red Rooster to show up in your mailbox, feel free to like leave a rant down in my comment section or at me on Twitter or something because I feel like we got to commiserate about this stuff. Have a good one and bye bye.